What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to an episode of Josh's Comics. Today, we're going to look at my biggest pickups and purchases of 2023. Last year was a great year, and I found some great books for the collection, so stay tuned for this next episode of Josh's Comics. Welcome back, guys. So we're going to look at my biggest pickups of 2023. It was a great year, and I know people do like a top 10. I can't do that because I picked up so many great books. I feel like I have to show more than the top 10. So let's jump into it. Let's start off with some Marvel. Avenging Spider-Man issue number 9. Now, this is a really nice cover, and actually, if you look at the back, it was a 9.8. The first appearance of Carol Danvers as Captain America. Captain Marvel, my bad. So, the story behind this was, and most of these books are going to be from 360 Comics, but 360 Comics got this in a trade. The trader actually bought this book on Whatnot. It came, it was already damaged in the slab, so he got a steal on it. He put it in a trade with 360, and 360 sold it to me. I paid about $60 for it, and I mean, there was nothing wrong, no damage with the book or anything, and I'm definitely going to send this back in. Hopefully we'll get the 9.8 again. If not, we'll have to see. But I do like Captain Marvel, and I feel like I have that book and a few other books in here that people may not like or well receive. We'll have to see. But moving on, we got Batman. You saw that in the beginning of the intro. So we got Batman issue number 655. Big boy 9. This is a minty book, Contender, and this is the first Damian cameo of Damian Wayne. We know Damian is coming in the DCU, so these books rose up. I found a copy at my local LCS. It had $30 price tag on it. It had one spine tick. That was about 2 days after the announcement of Damian. I didn't have a lot of cash with me, and I was buying something else. So I was like, all right, I'll come back. It was probably like, I want to say Tuesday or Wednesday I went there. And I said, all right, I'll come back Friday on payday, pick it up. It was gone. But this is a book, along with the next book too, which is his baby brother, which is 656. But these books were known as books that you could find for pretty cheap before. But now that Damian is DCU bound, they're going to go up. But again, I got that one from 360 Comics again. And another book, like I just mentioned, is Baby Brother, 656 of Batman, the first full Damian. This I got in my first ever trade by Pope of Chillytown. And again, minty. Most of these books, some of them are minty. And honestly, I think the whole pile that you're going to see, with the exception of a few slabs, are going to be going to CGC. But great book. I love both covers. I know people tend to say that 655 has the better cover. I don't know, man. I kind of really dig 656 as well, but I guess the red background and this kind of beats it out. But happy to add both of these to the collection last year. Moving on, a book that I feel like some people, just like the Captain Marvel book, maybe like, to me, I'm happy to own this. This is She-Hulk, the Savage She-Hulk, issue number 1. First full appearance of Jennifer Walters, as She-Hulk. She is the cousin to Bruce Banner. I enjoyed the She-Hulk show. I mean, I thought it was comic accurate, and I know that show wasn't for everybody, and that's completely fine, but I enjoyed it for what it was, and glad to pick this book up. This is in the 9.0-ish range about, give or take, but happy to own this copy, happy to have it in the PC, and I would like to see She-Hulk reappear in the MCU. Um, DC Keys last year, and I was saying this all last year, I'm going to keep saying it. Excuse me. DC Keys are underrated, undervalued, underappreciated. This book, too, All Star Comics Super Squad, issue number 58. First appearance of Power Girl, who is actually right here on the cover, who is another Kryptonian. She has power. She's pretty much Superman, Supergirl, just with a different name. And this is actually just a great cover all around, too, with Dr. Fate, Flash. I mean, great cover. I love these old classic books, and I was really happy to pick this up. Another purchase from Pope of Shillitown. Moving on, a book that I managed to find double of this year, but this is the nicer grade copy. I picked this up at King Kong last year in the beginning of March. I was looking for a nice copy, and this thing is nice. Tales of the Teen Titans, issue number 44. First Dick Grayson as Nightwing in the costume, on the cover. Underrated, undervalued DC Keys. We're here all day long talking about them. I feel like this is another book that needs more respect, needs to be up there. Like I said, I got a great price on this at King Kong. I was happy to pick this up and add to the collection. I was kind of looking for a slab copy, and I found one that was a 9.4, but they were asking about $50 more than what this raw copy was going for, and this is about a 9.6 and 9.8 candidate. So why not? Happy to pick this book up and add it to the collection. And just a really great cover. Moving on, low grade. I've been saying this ever since I got into the hobby because I've learned it from others. But low grade is better than no grade. This thing is loved. It's beat up. And you saw it earlier in the beginning. But man, I can't believe I own this book. And I'm happy to do it. The Invincible Iron Man, issue number 55. First appearance of Thanos and first appearance of Drax. It's also got a bunch of other first appearances, but I'm going to focus on those two. First of all, it blows my mind to think that Thanos' first appearance was in a, Iron Man issue, and it took so long for him to show up. And I'm going to, I don't know how well you can see this, but you can see, the Invincible is faded. You can see the spine ticks. This is a lower grade copy. You can even see up here. I mean, this thing is loved, but affordable in my price range for me anyway. It's about like a 2025 copy, but I'm really happy to own this, and I think it's a great book. And like I said, you'll see this next book is a lower grade, but I'm still happy to own it. And lower grade, as always, is better than no grade. So moving on, this book, I couldn't believe I found this. I thought it was going to be one of the books I was going to have a hard time finding eventually. But we found it. Batman issue number 155. The first Silver Age Penguin. Found this book at a local LCS up in PA. Went up, took a look at it. I believe I did that in either January or February, beginning of 2023. And made a deal on it, and yeah. So the first thing that you're probably going to notice is the ink stain. It does, I think it goes through one of the pages through the next page, and then also a little bit on the back, but other than that, the book is completely fine with that. It is a detached cover. The cover is detached. Everything else is intact. It's missing a little chip out of the corner, and it obviously has its conditional issues. Again, another about 2.0 to 2.5 copy. I'm completely fine with that, because this book, even if you get a already slabbed, 2.0 to 3.0 range, you're looking at $400 or $500. I paid about $200 for this, so I was really happy to pick this up. Great cover. going after those first Silver Age appearances, man, of the Batman Rogues. I wish I could collect the first actual appearances maybe one day, but I'd have to be rich and win the lottery and everything. Um, Moving on, another book that I was stoked to get last year. I got the last couple of months. Daredevil, The Man Without Fear, issue number 131. Boom. First origin and appearance of Bullseye. This is a beautiful copy, in the 8s at least, maybe even a bit higher. Shout out to Joe360 Comics again. This is just, first of all, the cover is amazing. The artwork inside is amazing. And Bullseye is probably the second best villain to DC Marvel, to Daredevil, with Kingpin probably being my top guy. But this issue is something I've been wanting to have for a long time. I was looking at real lower grade copies, but this came at a price that I just couldn't say no to, knowing that 8.0 copies sell for pretty pricey money, and I got this for a steal. So we picked it up. Great, like I said, great artwork. I can't wait to get the slab. Obviously, it means I'm on the hunt for 168. Sometime this year, we're going to get that book. The other book that you saw in the very beginning of this is a book that I did not think I was going to own for a long time. It's hard to find things, and especially lower grade or is way more expensive. Excuse me. Batman issue number 232, Neal Adams goodness. First appearance of Ra's al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul, however you want to pronounce it. I pronounce it Ra's al Ghul. I couldn't believe this. 360 Comics, another shout out to my buddy. He hit me up. He bought a Batman collection, and he gave me first dibs. And he told me he got the collection he bought was from issue 200 up to 300 with a few issues sprinkled in from the 300 plus run. But all of the Neal Adams books were there. I needed to have this. I told him. And I was going to make a deal. I wanted to get the 251 Joker cover. But I decided that the way how it was bundled and everything, which was a good deal, don't get me wrong, I just didn't have that much cash on me other times. I said, I will lose one to get one. Which one would I rather have? I was actually leaning towards the Joker cover a bit. But then I said, you know what? That is something I can typically find more often for a good price. As to where this thing, about the 6.0 range, maybe a little bit higher. I got this for another great deal. Couldn't pass it down and snatch it up, and it's gonna be going CGC bound eventually, sometime this year. But yeah, great cover. Maybe one of the most, or the best green cover for comics. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, I think this thing is sharp. I mean, it does have a few issues on the cover, but like this thing, man, Neal Adams, that is So that is it for Raw books. Let's move on to the slabs. This is another book that you saw earlier in the video, a little bit. You couldn't see it as good. DC Comics presents issue number 26, and I don't know if this is gonna play out the way I think in the stand. We'll see how it works. Yeah, it's maybe a glare. Maybe I'll just hold it up. Yeah. So this is the first appearance of the new Teen Titans in preview. First appearance of Raven, Cyborg, and Starfire. An 8.0 copy. And a very affordable and an underrated, undervalued key. And I have to think Teen Titans are going to be coming in the DCU. Not why I picked that up, though. I mean, I wanted this book to have for the collection, but DC keys are just very affordable, and even in slam. So an 8.0 of this, I'm happy to add this to the collection. Let's put that bad boy up there. These last two books are Batman books, and, again, So, when I'm collecting Rogue first appearances, yeah. Detective Comics issue number 411. First appearance of Tyler Al Ghul. Yeah. First appearance of Tyler Al Ghul. Listen, we know who she is. You saw her earlier. Well, you didn't see her, but her son makes an appearance in 2 books. We know Damian is DCU bound. I would have to think that the Brave and the Bold, I would like to see Tyra in there at least at some point. I'd like to see Roz in there as well. But yeah, first appearance of Tyler Al Ghul in a 4.0. Again, guys, lower grade. I love lower grade copies. It's just more affordable for me. That way I can keep buying more books. Like, God forbid if I want like an 8.0 copy of this, I'm a couple $1,000, maybe in the tens of $1,000. So a great copy, great issue, and great cover, and like this great first appearance. I'm happy to add that into the collection, and that was an eBay purchase, which I was happy to pick up. And I believe this next book was an eBay purchase too, but this is a really great one. Speaking of green background covers, Batman issue number 189, the first Silver Age appearance of the Scarecrow. Man, I picked up a lot of Batman keys last year. In case you didn't know, and if you're new to the channel, I'm a big DC guy, big Batman fan. But yeah, so this is something that I knew I wanted, and I've been wanting for a long time. And it came, I'm pretty sure I picked it up on eBay, and it was a good price, and I made an offer. It was accepted. We went for it. And yeah, it definitely does have, it's a 3.5. There's nothing wrong with that. And I know some people prefer to have their keys in higher grade. Let's see if I can just put this on here and just have it set. I know people prefer higher grade books, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm the more affordable option guy, and I'm glad to own these books. And 2023 was an amazing year for me. 2024, we are off to an amazing start. Before I get into the end here, let me just say, I want to say thank you to everybody. 2 weeks ago, I put out a video on my first Comic-Con of 2024. I think almost to 700 views on that, my highest viewing video ever. Thank you guys so much for that. That was amazing to see for me. And not only that, but we're almost up to 450 subscribers. I think we're about 20-ish away. So we're getting close. I appreciate you guys so much. So if you don't mind, if you're checking this channel out for the first time, subscribe if you don't mind. I would appreciate it. I got some great content, and I hope everybody enjoys it. Subscribe, check out some of my other videos. Like this video, comment, let me know what you thought about the books. I would really appreciate it. But yeah, going back, 2023 was an amazing year. Big books picked up. But guys, we got some big books. I got some big books that are coming in the next few weeks, and I got some stuff that I'm actively looking at right now and hunting on and thinking about. So 2024 is going to be another great year, but great haul, great books picked up last year. And last year was my first full year into comic collecting, and I can't wait to see what this year brings. Yeah. Other than that, just keep on going out, man. Keep hunting and finding books. I've been subscribing to a lot of new YouTubers on here, on the comic book community. I love seeing everybody's hauls and everybody's pickups and everything. And it's always a great time. And this community is awesome. But yeah, until next time, be safe. Take care of yourselves and others. And as always, we will see you in the next episode of Josh's Comics.